Hey everyone, good afternoon. This is Rufus. You've seen him in my videos in the past. Um, so basically, I have done one more of these videos. The My Telltale Week, episode one from I think probably a month and a half, 2 months back. Sorry, I didn't even realize I was live streaming yet, and yeah, I guess that's how we do it on this channel. So basically, I meant to do this like every week. That's why I called it My Telltale Week, but that's not really how it went down. But I'm back, whatever. And I know it's only Wednesday, the week's not up yet, but I kind of wanted to discuss kind of what I'm doing, what's going on, and I don't know. I don't do this for vanity or anything like that. I just kind of want to discuss kind of my interests and hobbies and that type of thing, and see if anyone else would like to kind of add to the conversation. So basically, what I wanted to talk about was a few classes that I'm taking, a few things as far as Star Wars goes because I'm really interested into Star Wars, of course, and yeah, anything in between, really. Um, my co-host Rufus is not really knowing how to co-host. I guess he's just kind of staring in the distance. He's staring at this chair that Steph made, who is the woman. It's weird to call her a woman because I've known her since we were teenagers, but it's my partner that is in the videos. She made this chair actually that Rufus is sitting on. Um, which is another one of our interests, furniture and stuff like that. Um, so, excuse me while I sip my tea. So basically, this week I started two courses that I'm taking with the Cornell Small Farms program online. It's through Cornell, although it's not like I'm, taking like official Cornell classes. I'm just taking classes basically through their extension, basically, which is really cool and exciting. Because they, living in New York, they're a big part of agriculture here. The farm that I work on, that I'm going back to work early April at, we use extension for tips and tricks and all that kind of stuff. So I am taking a soil health class, and I'm taking a intro to growing mushrooms indoors class. Basically, is it mycology or micrology with an R? Either way, it's really interesting. So I had to go to Newburgh today in New York, and I don't have a Barnes and Noble super close to me, but in Newburgh, it was only 10 minutes away. So I decided to go and get some books on mushrooms. It was kind of hard to find good ones. I found maybe tops 4 or 5, which I guess isn't a small amount because who's really looking for books about mushrooms, but I found two that I wanted to take home. So I got Entangled Life, How Fungi Make Our Worlds, Change Our Minds, and Shape Our Futures by Merlin Sheldrake. He is from he went to the University of Cambridge and got a PhD in tropical ecology, which sounds freaking awesome. That sounds really cool. I've never read anything by him, but the cover alone kind of sold me because it was really nice. But it just sounds very enticing because I like to look at things through a lens of, I don't know, everything has to do with everything. So that's kind of, it looks like he took a similar approach to how fungus kind of could be a metaphor to how a lot of other things work as well. And it reads like a novel, it looks like, so um and then it looks like he has a dog in there, and there's a picture of truffles and truffle pigs and um some more pictures as well. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna dive into this probably tonight. And then I am also gonna read this book, Mycelium Running, which mycelium are the little like pre-mushrooms essentially. They're like the once the spores are spawning, they send out mycelium. If that sounds correct. I only took one course so far, or one class of this so far, so I'm not an expert by any means. But this sounded really like more of a how it works, like a guide with a lot of good pictures and stuff. So a little bit more like I can kind of jump into it. So basically, why I took this course to begin with, like I took soil health because I think it's so important just as someone who wants to, or I mean, I am in organic agriculture, but so, I need to know about healthy soil, how to amend soil organically, all that. But going into the soil health course, I knew kind of what I was getting into. But as far as the indoor mushroom growing course goes, uh, it's always been kind of like interesting and fascinating to me. Like I always like to take pictures of mushrooms when I'm out hiking. In some of my videos previously, you've probably seen us kind of focus in on mushrooms sometimes. Not like a whole lot, but I do. It's always been fascinating to me. Mushrooms are just really pretty to look at. Like I remember in that. I don't know if you've seen the show Hannibal, but one of their killer of the weeks was a guy who would basically take like people and somehow like grow mushrooms out of them, which is pretty dark, but it was really, I mean, it was kind of cool to see visually. But regardless, where like I kind of, I know like a good chunk about soil health. I really know next to nothing about mushrooms. I mean, I know like a little bit, but um being in organic agriculture, you're always kind of looking for the niche stuff. And I look at it as an opportunity to kind of spread my horizons as far as my knowledge goes with, possible, you know, material and not material, like crops and stuff to work with and get out into the community, whether it be on like a hobby level and I just, you know enjoy them myself, or as far as like food and stuff like that goes, or try to do it on like a small scale level in the future, not now, but I am looking into getting a mushroom growing kit, just to get my feet wet, because I was talking to Steph about it and we were like, um basically, we feel like it's cheating to get one of the kits, but then again, like being novices, beginners, we're like, we might as well get one of these kits to try. And once we kind of understand the gist of the process after a few kits, maybe, or after a few of these courses, then we'll try to get our own cultures and spawn our own mycelium and stuff like that. So yeah, that's that. So again, the two books I picked up today were, I know it's backwards for y'all, but Entangled Life and Mycelium Running, both about fungi, mushrooms, stuff like that. Just cool topic I thought I'd bring up, see if anyone's kind of interested. Um, Another thing I picked up was I had to fight myself basically as far as you know um, collectibles go, because let me grab this one quick. So I've had this since I could remember. It's a obviously an X-wing fighter. If you're into Star Wars, it's obviously an X-wing fighter pilot guy. It's I think it's Red 5, but it's one of the Hot Wheels diecast guys. And I have a couple on my shelf that I put my Star Wars books on. And so I saw a couple at Barnes and Nobles that I did not have in my collection. I think it was the snow speeder and a another stormtrooper like on his bike speeder guy. Um, and so I was like, oh, those are cool. Maybe I'll get them. But I fought myself on them because I'm like, I'm trying to save money right now. Um, but I saw Star Wars Insider, and I know that they have some of the High Republic stories in there, some ones that are kind of adjacent to the books, which I'm reading Light of the Jedi right now. But I'm over halfway through. I was really good with it for a while when it came out. Like I was reading it every night for a bit, 45 minutes, an hour. But it's not that I can't sit in long spans of time and read. It's just, I'm trying to stay up with television shows and movies and, not trying to stay awake too long at night just because like I have a hard time sleeping as it is. So I'm gonna finish it. I am. But I know the next book in that series doesn't come out till June or July. I know that another one came out, Into the Dark. I read the first several chapters on the free audio ebook sampler through Google, and I yeah, I'm really not into that. But I saw it today at Barnes and Nobles, but I didn't pick it up. I don't think I'm going to. Kind of hearing the plot and synopsis through other sources as well. It was way too young adult, to be honest. Although I did like the author's other Star Wars book, Lost Stars, a whole lot. And I do plan on reading the Leia Bloodline book, as well as a few more of I think Master and Apprentice was written by Claudia Gray as well, but Into the Dark was just not a good start, and I don't think I'm going to finish that one. Regardless, I do plan on getting into this. This magazine is really not in the best condition. It was just, I saw it quick and I just grabbed it, because I was not trying to spend another hour like I did at Barnes and Nobles looking for these two books, as well as, looking through the sci-fi and horror section, looking through the fantasy section, because I just love looking at books and their covers. And, initially I did grab a book to buy, but it was like $40 and it was mostly all pictures. And I was just like, I just can't justify it right now. But I love reading. I love books. If you look behind me, I don't know if I mentioned this in my previous My Telltale Week. A lot of these books on the top two layers are mine. And I didn't even bring when we moved out, I didn't bring all my books with me. If you see, these are like cool root things that I found actually like right outside my yard. I just thought they'd be really cool shelf ends, like bookends. But I have a bunch of like environmental books, horror books. I have a whole Shel Silverstein collection. I know he's a little bit um what's the word? I can't think of the word right now. He's a little bit controversial right now, I think. But when I was like 10, 11, I didn't know about that. I bought the set. I made my parents buy me the poetry set. And I read all those, and so I have a lot of comic books. I have some stuff on mental health. And yeah, and I have some figures and stuff up there as well. And I have all my Star Wars books over here. I haven't finished them all. I have barely started them all, but I have a good chunk to get started with. So yeah. So aside from that, I haven't really even looked through this magazine yet. I know that I expect there's like a lot of collectible stuff in here, and some actor stuff, and I'm probably gonna try to read it cover to cover. Just why not? But I don't know. First one I've ever bought, and yeah, looks like a lot of cool stuff's in here. But yeah, so I don't know. Cool picture of Boba Fett. I'll definitely put that up on my Star Wars shelf if I can find a good spot for it. But yeah, some Marvel stuff in the back. Speaking of Marvel, just give me a moment. WandaVision. I don't know if anyone's been watching WandaVision. I don't know if anyone's even going to watch this video right now. So I'm probably just talking to myself. But Someone is watching, it looks like. What the hell? Someone is I don't know if that just means I am watching it or if someone's watching it. So if someone's watching it, I don't know if live commenting or something is possible, but if so, live comment because I have no idea. Um, so sorry, nicotine. It's a bad habit. So we just saw episode 7 of WandaVision last. Well, actually, I stayed up until 3 a.m. because I live in New York. I stayed up until 3 a.m. to watch it. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't This episode wasn't worth staying up for. And now I'm going to spoil it or talk about it openly. So if you haven't seen it by now, um, you might want to skip ahead a couple minutes. But basically, yeah, I wasn't a huge fan. I don't know if it's because of the letdown of talking about the engineer was supposed to be revealed. We didn't get that. We got some, it was cool because there was like army rangers and stuff like that, but I don't think that was revealed to us. But I don't know, and I wasn't like the biggest fan of like the Agatha reveal either. I just thought it was kind of like cheesy. It was kind of cringy. It was like, ooh, there's going to be a song now, and then Monica getting her powers. I really like the Monica character so far. I'm really looking forward to her being in Captain Marvel too, because I really wasn't a fan of the first outing for Captain Marvel. But if there's at least a character or two in there that I can look forward to watching on the screen, I'll at least be more like there for it. You know what I mean? Nothing against the actress of Brie Larson. I think she's a very talented actress, in fact. But I just didn't really like the way that they wrote her in her original movie, and then to that, just like the story overall was kind of. I know a lot of people have problems with like the Marvel cookie cutter formula, but like for instance, like you have a movie like, and I know I'm going off on a big tangent on this. I'm sorry, this is my talk show, so whatever. Um, but there a lot of the Marvel movies are kind of cookie cutter, but they all have different kind of aspects of a similar kind of ilk. So a movie like Ant-Man, while sticking to the Marvel formula, is still super exciting because it was just different, and where I thought it could be different, Captain Marvel could be different in that same respect, but still have that same DNA. I just found it to be kind of like not very exciting. But to that, I'm really looking forward to Monica's character, whether she goes by Photon or Spectrum, to be in the sequel to Captain Marvel, and hopefully, it's a little bit better than the first one. But also to that, the way that she got her powers I don't know if they were just like, okay, well, she has to have her powers by the end of it, so this is how she's going to get them. Because are they saying now that all the people are gonna get powers if they're in and out of the hex? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not trying to be like the John Campea show or anything like that. But just overall, yeah, not the best episode. This Friday I can't stay up until 3 a.m. because I'm busy the next morning. But I'll definitely watch it in the afternoon. Hopefully a little bit better than the previous episode, but we'll see. Also in Marvel, they did this funny little cheeky thing yesterday evening or night, last night. Tom Holland, Zendaya, and Jacob Batalon, they all posted different fake titles to the third Spider-Man installment, which is pretty funny. And then he was on Jimmy Fallon last night, which I don't really watch Jimmy Fallon, but they do a lot of those trailer reveals a lot. And even though the movie doesn't come out until December, I figured maybe they'll at least give the title, which they didn't. They talked about Cherry a lot, which looks pretty good, but they did release the title today, and it is No Way Home, which is pretty cool. Um, I mean, I guess it has something to do with either the multiverse, um, maybe being that the post credit of Far From Home was, his identity getting revealed. Maybe it has something to do with that. I guess we'll see. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's how I felt about that. So all that aside, I also, because I know my previous video was kind of dimly lit. It was whatever in this room, but now you can kind of really see the office all nice and lit up. Uh, it's the first over 45-degree day, like 50 day in my area of New York in probably, I don't know, 4 months, 3 months. It's been quite a while. It's been a pretty crap winter. It's really funny actually because last winter snowed, I think, all of 3 times. So, in this winter, it snows 3 times a week. So it's really nice to be able to go out and just to flannel and walk my dog. Um, Weather like this makes me want to get my hands dirty and start farming, and well, in this case gardening outside. I haven't set up the yard in any regard yet to gardening, but we're really looking forward to putting some stuff in the ground. Actually, I'll show you guys, and this is I want to do this over the summer as well. I last summer I was living at my parents' house and I had like a nice garden set up and everything. I made a whole fence out of pallets and stuff, but I didn't really like I had the time, but like I didn't really. It's not that I didn't want to; it's just I didn't really do it. But this summer I definitely will. Um, do more garden videos and stuff like that. But if you can see, this past weekend or maybe last week at some point, I dried out some seeds and I put them in these like Benefolk dog food containers that we give Rufus. And yeah, so got some, you know, these are from an orange acorn winter squash. I don't know the exact variety name. I think my mom got it from a supermarket, and we had it for a while. I don't have to buy winter squash at supermarkets because I have plenty. But yeah, so winter squash is definitely one of my areas of interest as far as farming goes and gardening goes. I really enjoy growing peppers. We're going to do a lot more herbs this spring, summer, fall. Um, Not as many, I don't think we're going to do any alliums aside from garlic, which, we'll pull up around the 4th of July. Um, but yeah, we're really gonna dial in kind of what we're doing at this place, that we're living now, because we have a nice size yard, but we don't have the biggest yard in the world. We don't want to like overwhelm our space with basically just you know vegetables and whatnot. We want to have a yard to have barbecues in and stuff like that, just for ourselves for the most part. But yeah. So, excuse me. I'm sorry that I keep taking sips of this. I need more caffeine, and this is some black Earl Grey tea. And again, I don't know how many people are going to watch this, and if all two or so of you have a problem with me taking sips of my tea, please let me know because I won't during these videos. But yeah, so aside from that, there's not much else that I had on the docket. I guess basically I'll ramble for the next 5 or so minutes. Right after this quick break. Sorry, I just wanted to get my nicotine fix. So basically, basically, I am going back to work April 5th, I believe. Work on a small organic farm, and so I'll still be doing weekly videos. Oh, and here is the other mushroom book that I found out that we have. It's Mushrooms of the Northeast. It's actually really funny because when I called Steph to let her know, like, yeah, I picked up these books, and she's like, "Oh, you got an identification book?" And I'm like, "Yeah, basically, the mycelium running book has a lot of identification." And she's like, "Oh, I already have one of those." I'm like, "Great, thanks for letting me know." So I guess we have three mushroom books now. Regardless, so yes, I'm supposed to go back to work April 5th. So I'm really looking forward to that. I thought it'd be earlier. Was hoping for it, but it's all right. Gonna just spend my time doing hopefully more videos, especially when it gets nicer out. A big part of only doing typically one video a week. I know that I did two for on Sunday. I took two on Sunday, when we went to the Purple Heart Hall of Honor. And then later that day we went to Chester for the rail trail again. But I released them one morning, or one night, and then the next night I released the other one. And I'm sure I could do more. It's just getting out and walking around this time of year is very hard on our, just our bodies. I mean, I have very bad knees. And I don't know if you watched the Wickham Woodlands video recently, but we went out, and the lake was frozen, walked on that a little bit. It was fun, but in that deep, deep snow, it's just very hard to walk around. So for instance, I don't know if you watched the Schoonemonk Mountain, either of the Schoonemonk Mountain ones that we did, the trail that we literally could walk from our cabin here to the trailhead. I took Rufus about maybe month and a half ago, um, to go walk up that trail, and we were just slipping and sliding, and I kept falling, So, oof, Rufus farted. Jesus Christ. So we went to do that, but it's just like hard to walk around. So one of my favorite things to do is walk around during the winter in the snow, but a lot of the time I'll just leave my camera here. Um, if I get the chance to, which lately we haven't really had much chances to even walk around because there's so much upkeep with the house. She's working pretty much 5 days a week. I work with her a few days a week, if I can, just to help out. But yeah, so not many chances to do that. But once it's nicer out, I'm sure you'll see more videos from us. Also, like, I'm always open to suggestions as far as like what people want to see. So I'm always trying to find different things to do, and even if I can just stop at a place for 5-10 minutes. I mean, I remember I was getting a tattoo in, what was it, November or December, and I was right by the Newburgh waterfront, which looked beautiful. It was golden hour, so I literally just whipped out my camera for like a minute and edited something quick. So for instance, like I was gonna do something today, but in Newburgh, but I just kind of wanted to get home because I had to go to the DMV before then, and then I went to Barnes and Nobles, and before you knew it, I was like, "Wow, it's almost noon. I have to get home and do some stuff." And I had time to do this video, of course, but yeah, I already, this is the third video I'm doing for this week, so but hopefully more chances soon. Hopefully this weather holds. I see it's supposed to snow next Tuesday, I think, here. So I'm not excited about that. Even though I love the winter, I'm just kind of ready to, you know, be out in the sun a little bit more. I'm getting kind of tired of constant cold. But I guess with that, I hope you didn't mind me rambling about my classes, agriculture, Star Wars, Marvel, figure. I like to talk about a lot of different things. I'm very interested in a lot of stuff. I like to read a lot of different things. I like to, I'm very interested in ecology, biology, sci-fi, obviously, like all that kind of stuff. So, hopefully, it's someone's cup of tea. I mean, this is my cup of tea. Hopefully, this has been yours. But I guess I'll do another one of these within the next week or two. Until then, I hope you have a nice day. This is episode 2 of My Telltale Week. And from me to you. Have a nice, safe, healthy rest of your week. Be safe in the streets. Have a good one.